Hi. 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 What did you eat in your mouth? See, you ate egg. You ate egg. Uh, 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 uh. Where is Prudence? What is she doing? Where has she been? She's here. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while that I sat down to chat with you guys. I know I've been saying, oh, I want to do a sit down video. I want to talk to you people. But guys, I've not been able to really get around to it, but I'm here now. I'm here now. That's what's important. How you all doing? Thank you to everyone who's checked up on me. Even though I've not been in a place where I want to talk to anybody. Honestly speaking, some people have assumed that it's ghosting. No, it's not ghosting. It's just me trying to go through the season I'm in alone, and just trying to put all my thoughts together. And there's just that time where you just want to be alone. That's where I am. I know I'm not meant to do life alone. Not like I'm alone. Of course, I'm with my family. Then I have two of my friends from back home who have been in the know of things that I'm dealing with, and they practically journeyed with me through it. It's been hard for me letting other people come into my space, and I also realized that it was from all of the things I dealt with last year. I'm in therapy currently, and you go through certain things and then you need to go through healing. And if you don't heal from them, somehow you're going to be bleeding and hurting other people around you as well. So I just took a step back to fix myself. So it's not you, it's me. Your tooth came out. Your puke. Okay. Oh wow. There I got a battery. This battery toothbrush for the first time. She's using it for the first time. We got it from B&M yesterday, and she has been brushing more than 20 times. Anyway, guys, to quit blabbing, I just sat down today. I'm like, I need to shoot this video and post it today. If I don't do it today, I know if you do it again, because it's been a top question on my DMs, my comment sections. Prudence, it's 3 years now. Yes, well, it turned 3 years in January. Obviously, I've not really been social media in full time, so I've not really gotten around to it. And guys, 9 to 5 is 9 to 5 in, and with children, and with the move, and with so much underlying issues, so it's been a lot going on. Anyway, so the question and the video today is about, I've made some notes, so if you see me going to my phone and I'm looking at this viewfinder, I don't know why. If you see me going to my phone, just know that I'm looking at my notes that I've made, because I did blab. So sometimes I'll call forget the main video when I want to. 3 years in the UK, and what are your regrets? So this is my honest journey, my regrets and my lessons learned after 3 years. Things I would have done better. Things I would have done better. I don't think I have a lot of regrets, but there's one that is very predominant that has affected us so much. And so let's get into it. So I think one of the things is, when you understand your limitations here, which understanding your limitation and not letting it be a limit is very, very important. One of the things, because it's also going to be a driving force for how you set your goals, how you go about everything that you want as an immigrant here. And being on a student visa came with a lot of restrictions, some that we didn't even know. I don't think we did a lot of research before we came. We didn't have full knowledge. We didn't have a full picture. We didn't know how it was going to be. We just dived in. And then there's been lots of shocks, lots of slaps, lots of bring this your expectation down, lots of, oh, you need to come up higher, lots of adjustments, lots of unlearning, lots of learning that have happened. and some that I'm very thankful for, some that I wish happened, much, much earlier, some that I'm happy that, they happened at the right time.
Why?
I will take it up when I'm done.
Mommy,
Yes, baby.
can I come to you?
Okay.
Hi. Hi.
You have toothpaste all over your butt.
We didn't clean it
Yeah.
and wash it.
Yeah. Where's your mouth?
Huh? It's there.
No, okay. I can see it. It's there.
And it's not dirty.
It's not dirty, yeah.
I'm so happy. I love the party.
You love to party?
I love my new party into it.
She's been loving to party because her birthday is in a few weeks, so deal with it. So the first time that I realized that there was something wrong or I'd done something wrong was when we needed to pay one of Kay's school fees installment, and I think it was a large chunk. That was the point where they were going to pull out our visa the first time. That was in 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2023, if I'm correct. The memory is not so, it's not, but so we had that place where they were going to pull out his visa. And then I reached out to someone. She was like, oh, you can take a credit card or you can get a loan. And I'm like, loan? Who wants to give? It's written boldly on my passport that I have no recourse to public fund. And she said, no, that because you've been here for more than 6 months and obviously you've been working, your credit score. I said, what is credit score? I didn't know what was credit score. And I'm like, she's like, you're almost 1 year plus now. You don't know what is credit score? I said, no, I don't know. Because in my head, even though I was working at the time in the financial services, and because I also didn't have I think that I didn't have a community. It was more of online. I wasn't really involved physically with people like that because it was work, church, and the kids. So I think I was limited, or it was me who I wasn't researching. And plus, the way, I always tell people that I'm more of a social media a creator. So I create, I don't consume so much. The much I've consumed social media is this year. Shocking. So I didn't really know what was out there because I was also in a place where I was growing spiritually. So I was in a place of, I need to be careful of what I'm watching, what I'm listening to, or any negativity. I need to be staying away from all of those things. But so that made me miss a lot of things. So I didn't know I needed to build my credit score. So when she said that to me, and I'm like, build credit score. And I went to look at my credit score. My credit score was like 400 and something. Why? Because there were times where missed direct debits. I didn't know how to. So I didn't know that I needed to structure my direct debit to be at the end of the month where I know that, okay, that's when. So all our bills at the time used to be just jaga up and down, So I will miss some payments. Sometimes, I'll have to now call and say, please, I need to move my direct debits. So everything was just not organized. And so that messed up with my credit score a lot. And then I think after I then built it up a bit, then I got an overdraft. I got an overdraft of 1,000. So when I got that overdraft of 1,000, I also didn't know how to use it. So sometimes I will use the overdraft till the very last zero. When I use it to that point, then when salary comes again is when I'll now fill it up again. So it was, my credit score was a mess. This is me being genuinely honest. And so when we now had that second time we needed money again, to now change our visas, when everybody was just saying, Prudence, go and take loan. Prudence, I say, all these people don't say that credit score, they say they take loan. my credit score is not good. Who is going to give me loan? And of course, there are certain things that you will be in a certain place where you not just want to explain, you just want solution. And I think that's my number one regret. Because if you know the way this place works, your credit score depends, so many things depends on your credit score. Even to get a decent house, it depends on your credit score depends on it. And plus, with, okay, for example, now furnishing this house, there are a lot of things that I would have wanted to buy, a lot of things that I wanted to do, but because of the not so great credit score, I'm limited. And certain things you want to buy, the money is very big. So if you have a good credit score, a good credit card, a good credit rating, you can, let's say for example now, with furnishing this house, if I need like 2K to put the house in order, if I go and do a shopping of like £2,000 on the credit card, or take a loan or something, I know that okay, monthly I can be repaying it back 100, 200. It will not be so cumbersome on me, you understand? But then, because of I'm now limited, so I have to do everything gradually at a pace. And also I had the African mentality of, oh, I beg, I need to be buying and paying for everything at once. The only thing that I really, really have enjoyed using here is Klarna. But then my Klarna is also limited, sort of. For shopping of my clothes, sometimes if I need to buy something, like if I'm starting a new role, I need to buy things for the new, to look the parts. I've done a few shopping that, okay, I've had to use Klarna. But then I cannot shop more than £150 at a stretch till I finish paying it. Then I do again. So there's so many things that I've wanted to do, that now because of this credit score, that I'm now working it up now. We're getting back there again. I'm hoping that by the end of this year to be in a very, very good place, and I'll be on top of all of my, now I'm on top of all my bills. But then again, I just want to remove all those markers. Let it just be in a very good place. So this is also an advice to anybody who's coming. Please protect your credit score. Do not ignore your credit score. If you take any money at any point, you have like a contract or something, try not to miss it. Don't do more than yourself, so that you will not have a bad credit score. If you want to buy a house, your credit score is important. You want to, whatever you want to do, you want to even rent out safe, your credit score is important. So yeah, that's one thing. And I'm working on it gradually now. All of my bills now, thankfully, being in the civil service, you get paid the last working day of the month. So all of my bills, as well, even doing Virgin Media for this, I was like, Mokuna, no, I beg, put on for last working day of the, so the bills that I'm in charge of, they're all on the last working day of the month. I think I just came as a wife, who came here to support her husband. And so I didn't really have a lot of career goals when I was coming. To thrive in this place, I think that you need to have career goals. Like I said, this is my own experience. Disclaimer, please. It is my own experience, it's my own thoughts. If you think differently, that's good and fine. We don't have to agree. I think that to thrive here, you need to have career goals. You have to have like a path, and one that you will find prayerfully, one that's also carved out from your strength, things that will come to you naturally, things that you not struggle when you're doing them. For me, I'm a people person, so if I'd known on time, I'd have started pursuing, that career goal right from. I did later start, but then again, I used to always look at myself. I think with the student visa thing, I used to be like, I will see roles that time, but I'll be like, I'm not good enough for it. Which qualification do I have? I didn't know that it wasn't really about qualifications, but it was about what I could show that I can do, or what I can show that I've done before. They are more about your experience, which I did come here with loads of them, So from running my own business, working in Dubai, that also did help me. But then I think one of my challenges was being able to show my transferable skills from my past experience and converted that into a proper personal statement or a proper personal CV, or just being able to sell myself when I found myself in a room. I remember going in for one of the biggest rooms I've entered that I never ever thought I'll enter. I went for a management position with the University of Leeds. I thank God so much for the opportunity. I went to the Brighton and Hove Council, also management role, and I'm so thankful for those things because when they say that word is that whenever your day breaks, that's your morning, and I think when I came into the light of Prudence, there's so much inside of you. It's like there's a force inside of me that's pushing me now that I cannot settle for less. And last year I turned 35. So now it just be like say scale fall come off of my eye. Like I know that I deserve better. I know I can get better. So everything around me, I want them to align to better. So if it's not aligning to better, I just feel like think that that's one thing I was even saying to my sister this afternoon that like I wish from the beginning I had a career path. I started to pursue it and just work towards it. Maybe by now I'd have been, more closer to my goals. Now other things have come up in between and I feel stuck sort of. And that's one thing I've struggled with in this season. While I'm thankful for all of the blessings that God have given to me, I'm also in a place where I want more. And for more to happen, there needs to be some adjustments that need to, take place. Well, in a new video, I'm going to talk about all of that. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. So if you're coming, that's another thing. Try and see what it is that you can have a few options and see how you can pursue them. And obviously, their boot camps, there are free resources online, there are mentorship schemes almost everywhere. If you look, like I remember working with, what's the name of this boot camp? But find a boot camp, maybe even where you're working, work with your team leader, get a development plan, or seek for, there are free resources online to learn, and just move up the ladder. Don't stay in one, don't settle for less. Don't settle for less. There is more here. In as much as people are saying, oh, the UK this, the UK that, you remember that what you believe is what will happen to you. You understand? So our thoughts as well can be a limitation. This morning in church service, when Pastor was just talking about how that sometimes even if you are too smart, you can be a problem to yourself because you calculate I'm an overthinker. I'm telling you, and sometimes I can overthink. At the end of the day, I will not get what I want to do done, and that one don't pass, So there's a place where you need to sit with your thoughts, pray with your thoughts, and just work with them, and things will just align. And positive thinking is also very important in our journeys as adults, as human beings, because if you don't think high of yourself, you can't get to the high. If you always think obviously don't think more highly than you ought to, but just think of the best. There was a time that when my pastor used to disciple me, when I was still like really new, anytime he texted me, I'll be like, wait till I don't do again. Wait till they don't report to say I don't do again. He'll be like, why do I always feel like when he's texting me, it's because I've done something bad? That's not a good mindset. So for some of us, we're always thinking if something's going on, you're always thinking of the worst situation or the worst case scenario. What if your worst case scenario is a positive outcome? Why do you think that way? That what if it all works out? What if you told Prudence of 2022 that she's going to be where she is today now? Even though I knew good things were going to happen to me, I didn't know how God was going to do them, or I didn't know how, I was going to get here. And so I think that now that I'm here, I'm sort of, is he overwhelmed, or I don't even know how to adjust to all of what is going on around me? And it has now almost looked like, you know, when the blessing where you pray for it could like say now burden kind of. I think I've been there, you know, and well, I'm just trying to gradually pray my way out of it, which has been such a struggle. But then again, one thing that has helped me is a mindset of gratitude, a mindset of positive thinking. So, if there's anything you take out of this video, let that be one of it. The video, it bless go long. Anyway, another thing again will be Adriel. I think that, you know, when we came here, Adriel was 5 year old going on 6, if I'm not mistaken. He's turning 9 in June. Been here 3 years, so he's done a few birthdays here. Yeah, he did his 6th year birthday when I had Ellie, 7th year birthday when we just moved to Leeds, 8th year birthday last year, and then 9th year birthday year now. So he was, I didn't pay attention enough to his emotions, so we did not quickly realize that he was being bullied in school. You know, he's an emotionally attached child to me, and being an only child for a long time. When he would say certain things, we used to just be like, you too like attention. It was more of, oh, you too like attention. It was not listening to him for where he was. Now that I'm spending more time with him, I've been in school run nearly every day since January, picking him up from school. And even the days when I had to be going to, I used to drop him off when we were still in the old place. And some of our conversations opened up to me understanding that he as a child was struggling as well to settle in here. There was the thing with his skin color, there was the thing with his hair, there was the thing with his food. At some point, it was like, I don't want to take back lunch to school anymore. My friends are laughing at me. The other day, somebody said that my food looked like shit. You know, so things like that, I'm like, I beg, shouldn't let do, you know, but I started to make research and I saw that these things are really, they're happening. So now I listen to him more, and I pay more attention to what he's saying than what I think, you know, he's trying to express to me. I ask questions. So what happened today in school? What did you do today in school? Can you tell me, how did you feel? And just, I think it was last week, this movie Adolescence came out. This is not an adolescence movie review, though there was a lot of swear words, but the message that they were driving is parents need to pay attention to their children. I took a lot of it from there. And or I think I was also in a place where I already knew some of those things, but it was more of a wake-up call for me to be more intentional. And one thing that stood out also was the anger of that father and some of the behavior of the dad, you know, went on to the child. And I thought of it, and I'm also thankful for therapy. It's helping me. I'm someone with a very big emotion, and I think sometimes the way I express it can be very, very, and I'm seeing my children somehow express themselves like me, which I don't think is the best, being honest. So I'm working on myself. I think that parenting is also teaching me to become a better adult, you know. So adolescence, you know, it's a movie to also show you where you are as a parent, or to just open your eye to see where you are as a parent. So not to digress, but that's one thing. I didn't pay attention a lot to Adriel's emotion at the beginning when we came, but now I'm doing that and I'm seeing progress, and I'm thankful for that. And then another thing again would be not monetizing my online presence enough. You see, that 2032 that we came was, it was like the peak of relocation, or jackpot. And I think that at the time, by the time I realized that, okay, Prudence, this knowledge that you're giving like this for free, or these things, because many people, they monetize theirs, and to be honest, they made good money that time, you know. But I know one of the things we're also looking, which is something that as a believer, I think that I struggle with, not knowing when to monetize something and not and just giving information for free. But sometimes the knowledge that God has given you is to also help you. So if I'm really good at something, I can decide to sell that knowledge, and it will help me that way. I'll not be struggling. Because even the people that I helped that time for free, they follow join people when cost me later when I go to beg. They ask for help. So if I had sold all those my knowledge that time, maybe at least I for figure that money, enough. Well, that's this me just, when things happen to you, you begin to think, oh, where did I go wrong? What would I have done better? All of that. So building a personal brand, you need to understand also the value that you bring. And also, at the time when brands were not reaching out to me, I was mostly working with them with Nigerian mind. So if I want to charge the brand, I'll be like, how would they pay me this kind of money now? So my mind was really small, So I realized after I got into Meta class, and also I spoke to Sherry Health Corner, and she was shouting, she's like, Prudence, with this your engagement, is this what you were charging? I'm like, it was mostly stomach decisions. It was mostly, let me just get past this season. Oh, this £100, this £200 to go help my family. So it was mostly from that place that I was, charging. But I didn't know that there was more. I didn't know, and anyway, that's why it's also good to do not isolate yourself, sort of. Seeking knowledge from those that have gone ahead of you is very important. And I'm of the opinion that if you don't know something, you need to learn. And if you learn, you become better, if that makes sense. Okay, and also not building a local support network. I put this now without it sounding somehow. I think that one of the issues, I wasn't really intentional, with building physical friendship with people, was more of online, because I'm like, my personality, I'm a very, very open book. What you see is what you get with me. And I used to be afraid that, okay, I think it's also from, because people can be very funny. I'm not saying I'm not a perfect person, obviously. I have my flaws. But then with people, you don't really, I know myself, but I don't know you. I don't know what you're going to do to me or with me if I'm close to you. How you would take the things I share with you. So that was like a holdback for me. And even when people were really, really wanting to build relationship with me, I think I was always holding back also to protect my children as well. And last year even made it even worse. So I'm now telling myself now that, Prudence, you need to come out and you need to intentionally build a network, because guess what? I'm here now and I'm going to be here for a while. I don't know what the next 5, 6, 7 years will be, but I need to let go of that mindset and build a community so that my children can have friends that they can say, oh, we're going to this person's house, and I'll feel safe that they are there. I know that the world is also changing, which also makes, as a parent, you're kind of restricted, sort of, because whoever is my friend is also going to be their children, or if they don't have children, but if they have kids, their kids are going to be my kids' friends as well, So, and it's also important because there are certain things that you be like, I can't even tell you how much in this season I've wanted somebody to just cook and send me food, not to eat my food, just somebody should just send me food. But I really didn't have that, because the people, they're not today like that, and I'm also not open, to say, oh, this is what I'm going through. I really need to lean on you in this season, and yeah. So another thing is also when we came, I think I've started to understanding now how the GP works, how the NHS work. I remember at that time I put out a video where some people were fighting me in the comment section for my experience that I shared. How can you say that about the NHS? I say, God, now wait till I don't know, now I talk, but then I know better now. And this place, this journey has, like my daddy was telling me yesterday, that see you, now you like this, Now you like this, they do adult things. Like, it's so shocking to my parents every day to see the woman that I'm becoming. And I like how proud they are of me, and I pray that I continue to make them proud, you know. Like, adulthood that just come over me. Like, I'm more responsible. I want to take more responsible decisions. I want to do. I'm not just wanting to jump or hop or anything, because if you know me, I can be very spontaneous. But now I'm careful with the things I do, how I do them. You know, though there's still some element of immaturity or sometimes, so, but I think I'm getting better, and I'm also learning. You know, so yeah. That's it. So that's just those are just it. um I'm learning to not limit myself with whatever my document is saying. um Learning to also stretch out my wings. I think one of the core scripture that the Lord gave to me last year, was from Second Corinthians. I'll put it on the screen. He has not called me to live a small life. The smallness that I feel, if I ever feel small in any way, it is me, it is not him. I need to live expansively, and that's what I'm doing going forward. And from here on, I'm not going to be a limit to myself. Not the smallness of my mind, not the smallness of my thoughts, not the smallness of the document that I have, or my environment, or the circumstances around me. And one of the questions I was also asked is our debts. That it's not something that because obviously I'm not the only person involved in it. So I really, if it was a video that I was maybe doing with Kay now here, I said, okay, we'll talk about it, but it's not something I can really, really, really talk about. But then there's been so much pressure, obviously, with us trying to repay back, and from what we gathered, thankfully people gifted us, during the time we were doing the post-study thing. But then the need came for us to go into the skilled worker visa, which cost even more. So we got into more debts, and now there's the pressure to return that money, which is now where we thank God that we're able to return it. But then it also limits our lifestyle sort of at the moment, so we're able to pay that all up. But I'm thankful that we're doing it gradually. The pressure of that debt, I can't even tell you. Will I advise anybody to take loan to travel? I will not advise anybody. It can be unhealthy sometimes, because you know why? With money, you never know what will happen. There was obviously in this our journey, there was job loss, which affected so many things, and then the ability to get another one, it took a while. So that affected a lot of things. It affected our livelihood, our everything. So it made us, it took us a step. We didn't go backward in Jesus' name, but the debt is there, and we are paying it gradually. And I know that by the grace of God, before the end of this year, that will be old news in Jesus' name. Amen. Anyways, if you have moved maybe, or you moved within the same time with us, what are some of the things that you've regretted, or some lessons you've learned that you think I did not touch, or some things you think I should know? Tell me in the comment section. I'm open to learning. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Love always from Prudence Afinoko. Bye guys.